Hey peeps. Okay, so I gotta tell you something that happened. So this is crazy. Okay, so let me start from the beginning. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna be gone this weekend, right? My parents are gonna come over and do some stuff, but so my place is not gonna be alone. Anyone thinks that? Anyways, so yeah, so I need to have Jayla, stop. You know you're not supposed to do that. She's biting the tag of the blanket. I need to have, sorry, my hair is just bugging the heck out of me. I've been thinking about shaving it again too, but my staff, when I told her that I'm gonna put in a ponytail. When I told her that yesterday, that I was gonna maybe shave it again, she said, no, don't. I like you with long hair, you look better, or something like that. And I've heard that from like multiple people, that I look better with long hair, but my hair is starting to bug the heck out of me. And these wings, I hate them. I've always had them. Okay, so anyways, now I look like a boy, but who cares? Anyways, okay, I'm totally getting off track. So, let's start out. Okay, so I need to have money for my trip. I'm not gonna have money for the trip, so I don't want to think about that because it's gonna cause me to cry again. But anyway, so then I had called a certain company. I'm on disability. I'm just gonna say it. I'm on disability, and so I called them to find out what's going on because I always get my money at a certain time. And the person I talked to, she was like, oh, your payment date has been changed to this day. And I'm like, no one told me this. She goes, oh, you should have gotten a letter because they're going to be paying for your insurance. And I was like, it didn't say anywhere in the letter that the date was changing. And then she was like looking back and she's like, because you got money this day and you got money this day and you got money this day. And the letter says that it's gonna, she was like, it sounded like she was reading out the letter, but I don't know. Anyways, so I was on the phone. Took 55 minutes for her to answer. This is at 9 a.m. my time, so Central. They open at like, I don't know why it took that long, but anyways, so I get off the phone with her and I'm like, me and my case manager, I even said that to her too. I was like, my case manager would have said something. She didn't. My housing case manager, I should be exact, not my case manager. She didn't say anything. And the lady was saying some other stuff. And then I started bawling because I'm like, okay, well, now what am I going to do? Because I'm not going to have any money for the trip now. And thank goodness we had to pay ahead for some of the stuff. But, like, I'm just not going to have, like, extra money to get anything or do anything. Like, if I want, like, let's say I want a Mountain Dew. I'm not going to be able to go to a gas station and get some Mountain Dew and, like, snacks or something. Like, you know, or, like, let's say we're going to a whole different state, right? So, like, let's say I see this cool shirt for this state. Like, you know, it's from the, like a gift shop, you know, or a tourist shop, I guess it's called. I won't be able to get anything like that. Or if we go out to eat, I won't be able to get, like, a full meal. I'll have to, like, I don't know. I don't want to think about it. But anyways, so that's what I was, sorry, I'm still breaking out in hives and itching. Like, see my arm. Oh, and I got my new implant too, thank goodness. Hopefully that fixes what all the freaking hormone parts. Like, I just have so many issues. I'm so off track. Because now I'm like, because I'm rethinking about the money issue and I want to cry and I don't want to cry on video because like, then it looks like I'm trying, yeah. So, anyways, so I get off the phone with the lady, right? And I'm bawling. I started bawling on the phone with her, but I didn't want her to know I was crying. And so when she said something, I was like, okay. And then she's like, I'm sorry. And I was like, yeah, okay. Have a good day. Like, I was sad, but I didn't want her to know I was crying. So anyways, then I get off the phone, and I end up bawling my eyes out and having my stupid S thoughts and my SH thoughts, and I was like so close to grabbing something and doing SH, and I had a full-on panic attack. And I went in the kitchen because I was like, I did not freaking get a letter saying that it was changing. So then I was like, okay, well, I'm like slowly starting to panic. I checked, because I put papers down in this one spot, right? All the papers on the UK. Or I put papers in, like, I have 2 spots where I keep all those papers, right? And so I checked the first spot, and I'm like looking, and I found the paper. And I'm reading it. It said that I would still be getting the payments the day I was getting them before. It did not say anything about the payment date changing. So that was a lie. It did say that they were going to start paying for my insurance, my medical insurance. It did say that. But then you keep reading, and it says your payment's going to be on blah, 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 blah. And I was like, they didn't tell me. Like, so then that's when I started, like, that's when my panic attack went, like, full blown. And I'm bawling my eyes out. And I am the type of person that I don't get mad at other people. I get mad at myself. So I ended up punching my countertop because I was so mad, and I needed to let something out. Like, I was gonna do stupid SH or S. Like, my brain was so set on those 2 things, and at the same time I was telling myself, no, don't go back to that bad habit. Do not go back to that bad habit. We've left that habit. Don't go back to that bad habit. This is where it gets weird. So I'm walking back and forth in the kitchen, right? And so my hair's down, right? Or was it in a ponytail? I think, actually, no. Yeah, no, it was down. So I went like this, right? And then I went like this. And so I'm going like this, and I'm walking back and forth in my kitchen, like, you know, like pacing. I stop dead, or I stop in my tracks. Like, I'm like, because I saw, and this isn't the first time I've seen this either. And if you look up what it means, you're gonna be like, whoa. But, and like the other thing, my cousin sees auras, and she's always seen the color, like my aura being blue. Anyone that's watching this, if you see my aura, if you see auras, let me know. Is my aura blue? Anyways, so I'm stopped dead track in my steps, right? And I'm just like that, because I saw this color, right, that was in a circle, and around the circle was this color blue, a little bit mixed with this color blue, but it was like around it, and it was like this, okay? So the blue was like going around this, and it was just really quick by my bathroom door. And I was like, and as it did it, then I saw, you know, like dust particles, you see? I saw, but it was going like this. And then right after it, there was another one. And so I'm like this, like, just following it and going, what did I just see? And my brain went, okay, maybe that was a car going by, right? But my blinds in my living room were closed. Where this was at, there was no way that there would be no blue light either. Like, it didn't make sense. And so I was like, okay, maybe it came from my bedroom, but my bedroom, the window's like blacked out, but there's like little lights of crack, and like sometimes the light like cracks, and I'll see it like on my wall, like something like that. And so like that's what my brain thought too. But then I looked and I'm like, that's not a possibility either. That's too far away. I'm going like this because I'm reacting of me looking. That's too far away. So then I was like, I just saw a blue orb. I haven't seen that forever. Like I see orbs sometimes, and like almost like the spiral one I saw, that was like the weirdest one I've seen. Otherwise, they're always like a white light and then like blue around it. But they're usually in circles. This one wasn't in a circle. This one, the blue was kind of like that. So it was like circled, but like flued out. Like kind of like your eyeballs, So then I'm like, okay, whatever. Robin, who is my housing case manager, I was like, Robin's got this. As I'm saying Robin, I have clairaudience, okay? If anyone has clairaudience, you will understand what I'm saying. Like, you'll hear the voice in your head as actually hearing it. It's not like when you talk in your head and you're like, I just said hi to myself in my head. Do it. Say hi to yourself in your head. You see how you like heard it? Or maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe that's just only clairaudience where you hear it. I don't know. But this one was actually like, so as I said Robin out loud, I'm like, Robin's got it. As I said Robin right there in my head, I heard, Robin's got it. Or not got it. I heard Robin. So I was like, Robin got it. I was like, Robin. Like, do you know what I mean? And I was like, whoa. Okay. That's weird. I'm just going to take another sleeping med and go have some deep sleeps. And so, this was after I already took my morning meds. My morning meds make me tired. But I wanted to have deep sleep because that happened, and then I had the panic attack, and I was upset about the money. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to take, like, after that happened and I heard Robin, I was just kind of like, I felt better, okay? Like, I felt better body-wise. My mind was still, like, pissed off, freaked out, mad at myself, like, all of this shit, but my body felt relaxed. It felt better. And so I was, like, telling myself, I'm like, just go to sleep. Just go to deep sleep. Go take another one. So I took another so I take Benadryl, okay? Benadryl makes me sleepy if I have two. If I have one, I can still kind of function. So, that's kind of what we've learned helps me sleep. Because I have insomnia and like, I'm getting so off track. So anyways, so I take the Benadryl, right? And I go and lay down and I go to bed. And, as I'm sleeping, I'm having multiple, like, separate type dreams. So it was like one story, another story, another story, another story. And this is normal. This is normal for me, okay? All of the dreams included my stepdad, my brother, and my mom. But it was, like, younger them. Like, my brother was, like, 14, 15 in all the dreams. So it was, like, younger us. But the final dream, and they all included, like, Jesus somewhere. Like, I saw a picture, or I felt his energy, or we were singing a Jesus song, or someone brought up Jesus. Like, they all included him. Or, I say him, but I mean, like, the energy. Included that energy. So, the final dream, we were in this, for people that don't know, okay? This one is going to be a little difficult to, if you know me, you'll understand this one. If you read my life story book, God is Preparing Me, you'll also understand this. Okay, so I don't remember if I was with a cousin or a friend, but my mom, my stepdad, and my brother dropped me off, and I was at this, I wouldn't call it a church, but it was like a big auditorium type of thing. And we were sitting in chairs, and the chairs were like tight, so like you sit, the person sit, so you're touching, right? So we're all touching, and we're in this circle, right? And the person I'm with is holding one side of the book, I'm holding the other side of the book, and we're singing that Christian song, Spirit Sweet, blah blah blah. I can't remember the lyrics, but that Christian song, right? So we're singing that song, right? But before we started singing that song, I sat down, and this boy sat down the exact same time as me, and like we like bumped each other, right? And I was like, oh, sorry, and I didn't look at his face, but his clothes, he was kind of like the bad boy biker type of like look. He had like those like, you know, in the 80s the boys wore like the movie Grease, they wear those black, like, I don't know if it's leather, rubber, I think it's leather, isn't it leather? Like, you know, it makes those noises, not the swish swish noise, but like, you know what I mean. Anyways, so as we sit down, whatever, and he's wearing that, the energy of this person felt like the family member, I'm not going to say, well, you know what? You know the family member if you read the book or if you know me. Okay, so it felt like my cousin that did the M to me when I was little. It felt a younger version of him. And like, I didn't see the person's face, but he has like this, a certain type of facial look on his face, right? He like, he's not ugly, but he's not attractive to me. Like, I'm not attracted to that look. And people that know me, like if family watches this, they're like, whoa, you're talking about that person? Like, whoa, like, anyways, so I didn't see the face, but the face felt like it was him. The energy felt like it was him as well. But a younger him, like 9-year-old, and I was like 9-year-old, and cousin or friend, whoever she was, I want to say it was a cousin, but not a cousin that I have in real life, like maybe a past life cousin or something, I don't know, but she was like 10 or 9 as well, and like everyone in like this big oval circle was like, we were all young, like 10, 9, 8, 9, 10, 11, like we were all around those ages. And so I woke up from that dream, and like I said, like the part where Jesus was in it was that Christian song. I put Jesus and Christian music together because it's light, love, yeah. So anyway, so I wake up from that dream, and I'm like, that was weird. What was my subconscious telling me? What was the metaphor for all those dreams? Like I can vaguely remember, I can the image is in my brain of like 3 of those dreams. Like I said, there was multiple like little stories, but 3 of them are like, I can see it. Anyways, so I wake up from that dream, and the only reason I woke up is because my alarm went off, and because I had an appointment today, right? And so the alarm goes off, whatever. I get up, and there's a text message from Robin, and she's saying, "I see you at this time. It will be okay. Just take a breath." And so she must have replied while I was sleeping, obviously, and I didn't hear the text, especially because I was in a deep sleep. Anyways, so she or so I read the text, right? And then I tell her what happened. Like, I heard your name, and I saw that blue light, blah blah blah. We're yin and yang. Me and her, we found that out. We're yin and yang. She's the yin and I'm the yang. And so like when we talk, it's like talking to my cousin, Katie. It's like talking to her. That deep connection of like back and forth. The other thing I realized this today when she left. I was like, she basically replaced my therapist, June. Because I realized after, like, every time after seeing her, it's that same light, magical, good feeling of like, oh, that just made me feel so much better. Like, I needed that. Like, and that's how June always was. And so I realized today when Robin left I was like, she replaced June. And like, yeah. And so we get into deep conversations about this type of stuff, right? And so then I had, so then I'm thinking about it, right? After I text her or whatever, and she said something about, I don't remember exactly what she said, but she said something about like, oh, whoa, that's crazy or whatever. And so I was like, yeah, I'll tell you in person or something like that. Anyways, so then she gets here, right? And as she comes in, she sits down and we start like doing like the paper stuff, like the stuff that she does as a housing case manager, right? Filling out forms, blah blah blah, right? And we're talking at the same time, which this is normal as well. And I was telling her what happened, and I was like showing her, like I was actually explaining it, and I was like, this is my first time seeing the blue orb. And then I was telling her, and they say that the blue orb is to do with Archangel Michael. And then as I was telling her the whole story and I was done, she was saying that she was feeling, she said it didn't hurt, and I'm still kind of struggling what she was feeling, but she was struggling to explain it. But she said it's like when you go outside in the winter and you get that burn, but it doesn't hurt. The other thing she said, it was, or like when you're cutting onions and your eyes start to water. It's that type of feeling, but it doesn't hurt. But she said it was only in this area. Well, that's the third eye area, as we know. Anyways, and as we're talking about it, she when she's talking about it, I was like, well, wait, that's your third eye. What if that's Michael here letting you know that he remembers you? Because, like, you being the yin, maybe, like, you have one of the archangel's energies in your body. Or what if you're an angel? And then I was like, whoa, wait. Last night, this video popped up and I watched it about, are you an angel in a human body? And she's like, no way. And so I went on my YouTube to look at my history, and I was like, see, I just watched this last night. Like, what a weird coincidence. So then we're talking a little bit more, right? And I pick up my phone and it's 3:33, and I'm like, Robin, it's 3:33. And you are feeling it right here, which is a triangle. And so I was just like mind blown, and she was like mind blown. And then I was like, that was just conversation. That was confirmation. Ooh, even more. Like, that was a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence, Robin. Like, this is crazy. And so I'm struggling to explain the rest. And I think it's because maybe I'm not supposed to talk about it. I don't know. But anyways, so as we're talking about it, I was like, or is it Raphael? And she goes, I don't know. And I'm like, is it Michael? Michael's the blue light, but is he the protector or is Raphael the protector? And Michael's the healer. Because I always get those two mixed up. And she's like, I'm not sure. So we looked it up, right? And as she's reading, Michael is the protector. And my whole life, my cousin Katie, like I said, she's seen me as a blue aura, and I obviously was born of higher dimension wise, and as we all know, I'm always in the higher dimensions, and I struggle to ground. And I've always, like, anytime I've had readings, I've been told that I'm very close to the angelic realm, really, really close to the angels. I'm literally sitting next to Jesus. I'm like right next to God. Like, I've been told all these things, right? Anyways, and so like that obviously went together as well. And then I was like, what if that's a confirmation that you're my angels? And she goes, I think I might be your spirit guide and not your angels. And then I was like, wait, that could be yes, that could be it. Because the angels, they can't intervene unless you ask for their help. Then they can intervene. I am a projector in human design, and I have to be invited. And if I'm not invited, people get like pissed off, or like it feels like I'm like going down their throat, trying to push shit down their throat, which I'm not. But when I'm invited, like they ask the question or something and I talk about it, then that feeling doesn't happen. So it'd be like asking an angel to help with something, and then the angel be able to help. Whereas spirit guide, they can help. They don't have to ask permission. They don't, they can just help. And that's Robin. So then I was like, wait, that makes sense, because I'm told I'm an angel on earth. So I could be angel energy and you could be the spirit guide, and then we're yin and yang, and the energy's coming together, and that's why we always have weird things happen. And that could be why I saw Michael's light, and he was saying Robin in my head to let me know that you are coming to help, and the situation will be all okay, and you're fine. Just stay positive, and blah, blah, blah. Okay? So then, we're talking some more, and she tells me this crazy story. She was at, so like this connects even more. So she was at Chipotle with her grandchild, and she said this guy was like smiling at her, like smiling, like creepy smiling. It was making her feel creeped out, but he was like smiling at her. And she said that he went like this to whisper something to his worker or whatever, and then he went back over to the cashier, and she asked what he said to one of the workers, and the worker said, oh, he said that he said, well, to tell you welcome back, or he said you're back. That's what it was. He said you're back. And she's like, huh? So she finishes through the line, right? And then she gets to him and she goes, what do you mean I'm back? And he goes, yeah, so you're back. What do you mean? He goes, you were just here about an hour ago and you got some food. Did you forget something? And she goes, no, I was working an hour ago. And he goes, oh, well, there was a lady and she comes in here all the time. She looks exactly like you, sounds like you, dresses like you. I'm sorry, I thought it was you. And she was like, what? Next time you see her, try to get her, can you get her phone number and stuff? And the guy's like, oh, absolutely, I will definitely, yes, I will try to get, yes, absolutely. And so this lady supposedly lives in Fargo. Well, just like a few weeks ago, she had an incident happen where she was at Domino's Pizza, and she was getting out of her vehicle, and this lady was yelling, but she didn't know that it was for her because the lady said a name, a certain name. And so then Robin sits down and she gets in the Domino's restaurant part or whatever, and she's sitting down waiting. And she said that the lady came up to her like this close and says, hey, you forgot your sunglasses. And Robin's like, what? I think you might have the wrong lady, ma'am. She goes, no, your name is And Robin's like, no. She goes, oh, wow. I thought you were her. You look exactly like her, sound like her, dress like her, blah, blah, blah. And Robin's like, what? And then the lady's like, yeah, you even have the same vehicle as her. What? Then I was like, oh my God, Robin, 3. Boop, boop, boop. And then, like, we also went into, like, the rabbit hole of, like, maybe her mom had triplets because her mom had 8 kids. So, and she's the baby. So maybe her mom had triplets and gave 2 up for adoption. Or my mind went to, maybe it's your doppelgangers. Maybe it's your higher self, your middle self, and your lower self. And you guys are all coming together. And then I was like, wait, no, I don't want you guys to come together. My brain like kind of stopped there. And at the same time, she's been seeing a lot of monarch butterflies. We all know what monarch butterflies mean. Rebirth, hope, and transformation. And so she's feeling her mom's presence when she's seeing it too. So like that's also a weird coincidence coming together as that. And then on top of that, the person sounds like her, dresses like her, same color hair, same color vehicle, blah blah blah. Like I was like, Robin, you gotta meet them. Like this is crazy. And so she was like, yeah, blah blah blah. And then she was filling out some more of the paper. And then she's like, I'm still feeling that energy though. And I'm like, really? And even as she was leaving, so for like 2, what time is it? It's almost 4, right? No, it's almost 5. Yeah, because that's another thing. So she was here for 3 to 4, about 2 hours. She was here for about 2 hours, and she was feeling that energy the whole time. And she's felt that energy like right there before, she said, but she's never felt it with someone else. And she was feeling it with me. And I was like, do you think maybe it was my energy coming off of you because I was so excited about telling the story? And she's like, I don't know. But so then when she was leaving, she was still feeling it. But she said it was coming and going as strong. So it would like lighten down a little bit, and then it would be really strong, and then lighten down and be really strong. And it wouldn't like go back and forth like that. It would, it would stay like for a while strong and then calm down and then go back up. And so when she was leaving, she was saying that she was still feeling it. And I was like, still? Wait, what? So, like, yeah, those are all just really, really weird coincidence. Yeah, but the blue light, oh yeah, and when we looked up about Archangel Michael, because, like, when I said, is he the protector or the healer, she looked it up, and it said Michael is the protector. And then she was reading more down, and it said that he is the blue light. And I was like, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So my whole entire life, he's been with me. Because I've seen my entire life, random times, has been very stronger this year. Like, I've seen it multiple times this year. But, yeah, I've seen the blue and white light or whatever. But I've never seen it in, like, where the blue was, like, that. And it didn't. And usually, like, it flickers and then floats. This just kind of went, phew, phew. So it was different than what the norm is. But, yeah, that was weird. And that's not, like I said, that's not the first time, like, weird stuff has happened like that to me. But it's literally like being with my cousin. Weird things happen when me and my cousin are together, or after, like, we're together and then we leave each other. The same stuff happens, and me and my cousin are yin and yang as well. So, like, it was just another confirmation that when you put yin and yang together, the two energies, like, things can happen. I don't know. But she always feels, when she's in my place too, she feels like comfortable, like light. And she's not the first person that has told me that. And she also, like, my energy too, that it's that way too. Again, not the first person that has told me that. But yeah, it was just very, yeah, like, my whole, like, sad energy is still there, but it's not, my body doesn't feel like it's affecting me like it was. Like, I feel like I could maybe, like, relax now and just kind of chill and not be, like, anxious and whatever. And, I mean, the part is, too, like, I didn't want to go on this trip. It was more of a peer pressure thing to go on this trip. And it's already been, like, paid for and stuff, and we can't get the money back either, if we decide not to go. So, like, I can't, like, backtrack and then have money. So I'm just gonna have to, like, and Robin said, why don't you ask your parents? But I really don't want to do that. I mean, they have their own struggles too. So I think what I'm just gonna do is, when I get the money, just pay a certain bill right away. And, like, I don't know. And she called my rent person as well and let them know that, like, the payment date has changed and stuff. So, like, I don't want to get late fees, because now they're not going to be getting the money the first month. So, like, yeah, I had anxiety about that. But she called her and she didn't answer, so I don't know what will go on there. But yeah. And then also, I asked her if anyone wanted tables and chairs, and she was like, oh yeah, I got people that, and so, like, she's gonna find someone that will take my table and chairs. And I'm giving it away for free, even though I know I should probably give them for money. But there's people that, that are out there that struggle like me as well. So, like, I want to be the one to give them, like, a miracle, So I'm giving my table and chairs and my 2 dressers away for free. So yeah, so she's gonna figure that out. And then I was showing her, like, there's, like, these weird little bubbles in my apartment that are appearing. And she said to have my stepdad come and look at it and see what he thinks, because she has an idea. There's 2 things that she thinks it might be. So she's gonna have my stepdad. She told me to have my stepdad come and look and see what he thinks, because she goes, because he's smart and he knows what he's talking about. And I was like, yeah, he does. But so she's gonna have him come in, or she wants me to have him come and look and see what he thinks it is. Hopefully it's nothing, like, serious, because I can't handle anymore. I can't handle anymore. I don't have the money to fix things, like, I don't know, but, yeah, my mood has kind of, because I started thinking about, thank goodness I put some money aside. Not a lot, but yeah, I'm just gonna be behind on some bills, they're just gonna be due past date. Because, so, I was getting my money at this certain time every month, right? And that letter, like I said, it didn't say it was changing to this other date. But, so the date I was getting it, it started causing issues with my, like, cell phone and internet and all that being due. And so I contacted them and had the date changed to this, so then when I get the money here, then I could pay here. And now, now I have to contact them again and be like, hey, I need the paydays to be these days now, because disability decided to change without telling me they changed. And I don't want to be getting it that time of the month either, because it's not, I'm gonna start crying. It's not organized to me. Like, it's such a, like, it's so, like, random. It's so random. Like, it's normal to have rent due the first month. How does Social Security not being like, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't do this day because they have to pay their rent the first of the month, like everyone, you know? So, like, maybe we should switch it to this day so then they have time to pay it. No, they don't think that way. Like, people don't think... But I don't understand. How do people not think of that type of stuff? Like, okay, let's say you are like, okay, you have to pay your rent the first month, right? But you have this job where, like, you work Social Security maybe. You have this job where you know that people's payment days get changed, right? You're reading it and hearing it or whatever. How are you not going, oh, that's not going to work? I know that's not going to work because it doesn't work for me. If I was in that person's shoes, it wouldn't work for me. So we got to figure out something else. How do people not think like that? Like, I don't understand how someone does not. My brain goes automatically to like a fairness type of thing. It goes automatically to like, okay, well, if I'm struggling with this, then I know that's not going to work for them. So I need to figure out something different. Let me call blah, blah, blah to see if I can get it changed to blah, blah, blah and explain why it's not going to work, blah, 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 blah. And then boom. Like, I don't understand. And like, yes, last night when I was watching Monsters, the story of Eric and what's the brother's name? The Mendez. Like, that's another thing I don't understand. Like, people were praising them and cheering them on and sending them money and letters and, well, I don't know if they sent any money, but they probably did. But they sent them letters and they were telling them they love them and they did something bad. How do you love them? Why are you praising them? They did something bad. That's another thing I don't understand. I don't understand why the people in this world praise bad people. I don't understand why people can't put themselves in someone else's shoes and see from their perspective. I don't understand how when people have something and they give someone something, but they don't divide it equally. Like, I don't understand. Like, it makes me so angry and, like, I guess triggered. It makes me very triggered and upset, and I don't know. But I know we went from, like, spiritual, like, paranormal, crazy, weird stuff to now, like, sad, depressed, triggered stuff. Like, is there other people out there that feel this way as well? Like, am I the only one? Like, am I the only one? Like, I've never met anyone that, like, thinks like that. I've met people that think of some of the ways that I'll say something and then they'll be like, oh yeah, and then they'll think about it and be like, yeah, you're right, blah, blah, blah. But I've never met anyone that, like, thinks exactly what I'm thinking or already is aware of what I was thinking. Like, I can't say I haven't met anyone that doesn't know exactly what I'm thinking or whatever, because my mom and me, I read her mind a lot, and I don't know if she's reading my mind, but there'll be a lot of times where she'll say something and I'll be like, oh, I was just gonna say that, or I'll say something, she'll be like, are you reading my mind? I was just gonna say that. Or we'll say something at the same time like twins do. It happens a lot. This year especially. I guess you call that telepath. Hey, another psychic ability I have. Telepath, clairsent, clairaudience, clairvoyance, empathy. What other superpowers? Healer, or I don't know if you can really say healer. Well, yeah, I guess healer by doing nothing. That's another thing too. Like, if you're around me and you, conscious or unconscious, have some kind of illness that you're trying to keep hidden, or some kind of stuck block energy, just talking to me and being around me and like accepting, like letting my energy in you, like letting our energies connect, I somehow activate that stuff in people. I don't know, but I don't know if you could call that another superpower. I don't know, or maybe that's what a healer is. I don't know, but like when I think of healers, that's not what I think about. But yeah, yeah, I'm still like stressing out about that money issue stuff. Like, just, yeah. And this video, I'm not gonna edit it. I'm just gonna post it as is, because again, I'm authentic, I am honest. So like, why take out parts of me to hide parts of me? You know what I mean? Like, I just, yeah. And even if, I don't care if it's a long video, someone out there is gonna watch it. As many people there is in the universe, someone's gonna watch it, and maybe it helps them. I don't know. Makes them feel better. Makes them not feel alone. I don't know. All I know is I'm not gonna edit it. I'm gonna post it as is, and I am, I guess, just gonna try to stay in the present moment and trust in God, His plan that He has, or that we made before I was born. Our plan, even though I don't remember it, but our plan, and I will be okay. Some miracle will happen for this trip. Like maybe it's a sign that I really wasn't supposed to go. like I had this intuition, gut feeling that I knew I should not go, and peer pressure to go by the staffs, by the clients, by my family. Yeah. And yeah, I just, I'm frustrated. And the other part is we shouldn't have to struggle with this stuff. We should not have to struggle with this stuff, because this stuff is free. It's free. The universe gave it to us for free. You know how they're like, money doesn't grow on trees. Money does grow on trees. That's how they make money, is with trees and paper. Or, okay, that's how they make money, is paper. And the paper comes from trees. So money does grow on trees. I don't know if you ever heard that growing up. Money doesn't grow on trees. Yes, it does, actually. But besides that point, we were given everything. Mother Nature, Gaia, Earth, she gives us everything we need. But there's people out there that are greedy, and they're like, let's stop it so they can't have everything they need. Let's make them have to pay. How are we going to do this? We need to control them. What are we going to do? Oh, I know. Let's make them slaves without them thinking they're slaves. Let's make them slaves and let them think they have freedom. But they really don't have freedom. Let's do that. Oh, this will be perfect. Alright, let's start the matrix. Here's the stimulation. Here's the codes. Put the codes in. Boom, boom, boom. Done. By the way, 8888 9254 886 9707038. Please give me. Universe, please give. 9055726. Take away. Universe, take it away. Take it out of me. I don't want it. Alright, thank you. Universe. Alright, now back to the topic. I think I'm done. Like, I don't know what else. And I know there were people that messaged me on TikTok asking me to post that Miley dream. I deleted the video by accident. But if you really want that dream, I can make a video about it, because I kind of remember it. It's funny because she got mad at me in the dream. Like, more than once. And she has done that in the dreams before, but yeah. Anyways, she hasn't been in one of my dreams since that dream. That dream was about a week ago, I think. I think it was about a week ago. But she hasn't been in any dreams since. A lot of the dreams lately have been like family, but not family. So they feel like they're family, but they're not family in this lifetime, basically. So they could have been family in another lifetime. And like, you know how they say, like, sometimes, I don't know if it's true, but like they say our dreams are like other timelines, basically. I don't know, or other past lives, things like that. So does that mean another lifetime? Me and Miley are like best friends? I'm just kidding. But we were in this one, but yeah. Sorry, I'm scratching. I'm still edgy. I'm still edgy. It's this place. But hopefully that gets taken care of, because doctor recommended some stuff. And so hopefully the stuff the doctor recommended gets approved. And things can start getting better again. Because when my physical health is down, then my mental health goes down even more. And my mental health is always in the middle or way up here. It's literally like anywhere here. Not here. It's only here when I'm like panic attack or something happens that I have, I guess, no control in. I don't know if that has to do with being a Saturn Capricorn child or whatever. I don't know. But this video is starting to like slow down, and I'm just starting to ramble. And yeah. Anyways, subscribe, like, comment, go follow me on TikTok. It is the same name as here, but no 2, 3. It's just Gaber. All my social medias are just Gaber. The only reason this YouTube is not Just Gaber is because Just Gaber was taken. It could have been because of that designer in New York. Her name is Just Gaber, but she doesn't go by Just Gaber. She goes by Jessie Gaber or Jessica Gaber. So I don't know. But yeah. So Just Gaber was taken. So that's why this is Just Gaber 23, and the 23 is to do with the day I was born. So yeah, the 23 has nothing to do with Miley Cyrus, because people will all be like, oh really, 23? Are we serious? No. The 23 has to do with the day I was born. I was born a month after Miley. Not. I was born 2 years and a month after Miley. Before Miley. 2 years and a month before Miley. Yeah. Because we're a month apart. But she is 92 and I am 90. So, yeah, 2 years. Wouldn't that be 3 years, actually? If I'm born 90, then you go to 91, that's 1 year, but you don't turn 1 till... That's another thing that's confusing. I know I keep going off track here, but if we are born and then you go to a whole year and then you turn 1 in that whole year, so the day you're born, you're 0, so you're 0 all the way to 1. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me for some reason. Like, my brain does not calculate it. Like, I feel like you should be 1 the day you're born, turning 2 on your first birthday, and then, like, etc. Keep going. So, like, technically I should be 34. Technically Miley should be 33 because she's 32. 30, or is she 30? Wow, I can't remember her age. That's not normal for me. But yeah, like, I don't know, it's never made sense to me. Like, for the 9 months in the womb and then comes out, like, you should be turning 1. Like, because 1's first. You can't... 0's 0. Like, there's nothing. So are we, like, nothing when we're born until we're 1? But, like, the age of being born to 1, that's, like, really, really important. So, like, I don't know. My brain cannot calculate it. I've tried for years, my entire life. I've never really... I think I've only talked to, like, 2 people about it. But they never really, like, were like, oh, yeah, that's right. Or, like, they didn't really, like, explain how it's not possible or it is possible. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll bring it up to my therapist and be like, maybe she has an answer. I don't know. Maybe my case manager has an answer. Maybe Robin has an answer. I don't know. One of my staffs. I don't know. Maybe someone has an answer that will help me, like, understand, like my stepdad's learning that he has to, like, draw things out for me to understand and see it in my head. Which is so weird because I can see things in my head. But I struggle to see things in my head when it's, like, trying to explain something. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was the ice machine. Yeah, anyways, I miss my mom. I saw her for a few minutes, probably seconds, on Monday night. I talked to her on the phone Monday and last night, Tuesday, but we haven't been together. And I miss her. Miss my dad too. My real dad. I know. Shocker. Because I love both my parents. Ooh, that's a shocker. It's a shocker. Jess loves both of her parents. Oh my gosh. Wanna know another shocker? I love both my step-parents, too. One of them, I don't think likes me. And I think you guys can probably figure it out because I've never really talked about this person much on video. But one of them, I don't think likes me. And I'm not the only person that thinks that they don't like me. And also, I think, and I'm not the only person that thinks that either, they're bipolar. Or borderline. like they like snap finger switch, like, and sometimes the things, my real dad is like that too, though. Like, there's times where there's a lot of peer pressure from my family, a lot of it, and I'm not, and I don't know how they don't understand. Mom's getting better, but I don't understand how they don't see that. When they're the ones sitting there saying, oh yeah, you are opposite, oh yeah, you are different, oh yeah, you aren't like society people, you aren't like the norm people, you are a leader, you've never been a follower. Like, okay, true, but if you're saying this stuff, then don't you see I don't fit in that square, that bubble, that whatever it is that you're trying to get me to do? Like, how do you not understand that? Another one where I want to start tearing up. Don't tear up, don't tear up, don't tear up, don't tear up. And then on top of that, I have all these freaking mental and physical issues. And I get so... I don't like when like someone asks you about like a situation you have, right? Like my back, okay? So I had 2 back surgeries and I have rods and screws in it. And a certain someone goes, I've had 3 back surgeries. It's like, okay. My doctor, I was talking to my doctor. I know you've had 3, but like you just made it, it feel like you just made it about you. When in this moment right now, it's about me because I'm having this mini surgery done. They're asking how I'm doing. Like, you're just in... And that's not the first time this person has done that either. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of times, not only am I people's therapist, like people, strangers even, they'll just tell me their whole life story. And sometimes it feels like when they're telling me their whole life story, or when they ask me about something and I tell them, they like jump back and they're like, well, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, but it's not all about you. Especially in this moment, you're making me feel like I'm not being heard or seen in this moment, when in this moment it's about me, because right now we're taking care of something to do with me, or you asked me the question. Like, it feels like how do you explain it? It feels like they are like belittling. I don't want, it's not the word belittling, but like they're saying, oh well, I'm better, or oh, like it feels ego to me. It feels very ego to me, and I don't like it. And that's why I struggle to tell people things as well, because I don't like to feel like I'm being egotistic about something, or cocky, or whatever. And there's times, I've been told multiple times, where I think I'm being that way, and they're like, oh no, you're not being that way. Like, what? Well, that's not how it feels to me. It feels like I am. And I don't like feeling that way. I like to think of other people. I like to make other people feel good and happy and smile and stuff like that. Like, I don't like hurting people. I don't like belittling people. I don't like, like, I struggle to say no. I'm a people pleaser. And then when I do say no, like, people don't listen, and then I'm peer pressured, and then I finally give in, and like the trip. Like, I have so much anxiety for this trip. Not only will it be the first trip I've ever had in my life where there's not one family member with, or someone that like knows me on a personal, deeper level. Like, I'm sharing rooms with, I mean, one of them is a complete stranger. I've only met this person twice, and they were so busy, we barely, like, talked. The other one, we have a lot in common, but we don't really, like, hang out a lot at my my support place, at the building that we go to, the people we're going on a trip with. And those are the people I'm rooming with. And one thing that I know is going to be okay is they like the cold, so it's going to be nice and cold in our room. Like, yes. So I was anxious about that. And then I'm anxious about, like, my med alarm. When my alarm goes off for my meds, like, is it going to piss them off? Is it going to annoy them? When I get into a deep sleep, I guess I snore. Like, am I going to get into a deep, probably not, but am I going to get into a deep sleep and snore? I have ruptured eardrums right now, so wearing earphones, or is not good for my ears. So I don't want to annoy them while I listen to frequencies every night and affirmations. And I don't want that to bug them as well. Like, I don't want them to get upset about that as well. Like, so then I could wear my earmuff headphones. But then how am I supposed to sleep? Like, that's gonna hurt the ears as well. And yeah, and then the other thing is I need, especially since that's a long drive with a lot of people, like, there's gonna be so many energies. I need alone time to recharge. So, like, sitting in my hotel room alone, like, and just chill. I won't be able to do that because they'll be in there, like, or if, like, I'm in the bathroom too long because I'm having a flare-up, which I have those type of flare-ups all the time. If I'm in the bathroom too long, like, I don't want them to be like, oh my god, she's in the bathroom, like, what is she doing? Or, like, I'm in the bathroom and then they had to go to the bathroom, like, like, just, I know it's all stupid, but, like, or if I want to go down to the pool, like, I can't go down to the pool unless I have someone with me, is the rule. And so, like, what if no one wants to go down to the pool? The people that I do like, or my roommates don't want to, like, then I can't go down to the pool. Or I can't go and get ice on my own. I can't go, like, I'm not going to be alone. I'm not going to be alone, and I need alone time to recharge. So I took that full week off. When we get back from the trip, I'm taking the rest of that week off. I have one appointment that week, but I'm taking it off. And then I'll be going to a hotel again with my mom and my niece. And yeah. And, like, when my niece is sleeping, that's kind of like alone time. Like, I can chill, relax, be on my phone. Because it doesn't, like, distract her. It doesn't, I don't feel like, oh my god, I'm being annoying because I'm watching TikToks or something. Like, oh, I'm going to wake Iris up. Or, I don't think that way. And then, on top of that, the hotel room that we're staying at, one of us has to sleep on the pull-out couch. Well, obviously, I can't. But then I feel bad because one of them have to. And I can't because I have rods and screws in my back. There's no way. If you've ever slept in those pull-out beds, you know. There's 555. And I saw 444 when Robin left. Like, as I was getting ready to record this video. And now it's 5:05. Thank you, God. Oh, we're grandsons. But as I was saying, so, like, then and someone was like, well, maybe you guys should take turns. When before that person was like, oh, this person will just sleep in that bed because they're tiny. They're the thinnest. They won't feel anything. And you had back surgery. But now they're like, oh, maybe you guys should take turns. Like, and then I was like, well, I'll let them sleep in the bed with me. Like, you know, I'll do that. If, like, the other roommate doesn't want to share a bed, you know, like, I'll be the one to take it for the team, you know. But I hate, if you know me, I hate sharing beds. And I absolutely can't stand sharing covers. You need to have your own blanket. If we're going to share a bed, you need to have your own blanket. Because if you touch me, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it comes from or what, but it's been that way my whole life. Like, if you ask my cousin Katie, anytime she would sleep over or I slept over, we had separate blankets. I don't know what it is, but when I'm laying in a bed, and I'm sharing covers with someone, I'm constantly like, I like squish myself to the side of the bed so I know we're not going to be touched. And so, like, I'm like on the edge. Like, I'm as close as I can get because I don't, even with my niece, oh my God, sleeping with her is horrible. And though she's only 4, but oh my gosh, she likes to, like, lay right next to you and touch you and put her leg on you or her hand on your face. Or it was a few times, like a couple weeks ago when we were at a hotel for a wedding, and we were sharing the bed, and I kept waking up because she kept putting her leg on my stomach and her hand on my face, and I was like, Iris, move over, because I was already way on the other side of the bed because I didn't want to be touched because we were sharing the same blanket because there wasn't separate blankets. I don't know if something happened when I was little involving touching. Well, I don't know, maybe it comes from what happened when I was little, actually. We weren't in a bed, but we were on the floor, blanket over us, you know, and stuff happened. Again, if you want to know, just go read my book, but stuff happened. So I don't know if that's why I don't like sharing beds with people and having the same covers. Like even with my mom, like I don't any partners I've had, like I feel so uncomfortable sharing comforters with people. I don't freaking touch me when we're laying in bed. Don't do it. Like I get like the heebie-jeebies, and I'm like, ooh, don't touch me. Like I don't know what it is. Maybe it is a trigger from being little, but in that happening. But like, I'm just calculating that together now, by the way. I don't know, but like that, if that was the trigger, then wouldn't I think about that every time? Like, or maybe my body remembers, but my mind's not remembering. Like my subconscious is remembering, and your subconscious is like, oh, you didn't like that. Like, that's why people, no, don't you touch me. I don't know. And like, sometimes, not always, but like car rides, I struggle to sit on the right side, which that's another thing that's like pissing me off, annoying me. And I mentioned it. I used my voice and brought it up. And the excuse was, Well, we had to do it by weight, so the bus could be leveled and evened out. Okay, well, there's big people on the left side. You could have put those people on that side and put me over here. Like, you could have put me over here and them over there. Like, I said it. I've said it from the very beginning of knowing these people. When I first started at this company, I am not comfortable being in a back seat on the right side. Like, I'm not comfortable with it. I have to do it when I'm with my dad. I have to do it when I'm with my stepdad as well. I'm not comfortable with it. I need to be on the left side, behind the passenger, behind the driver. Like, I'm not comfortable with it. And then on top of that, they sat me with someone, I like her. No, that's not an issue, but they sat me with someone that's big like me. And so we're going to be freaking touching the whole time. And again, like, don't freaking touch me. And so I'm going to be like this the whole time because I don't want to be touched by them. And last time I was on the bus, the person I was with, she's one of my friends. The person I was with, she's tiny. So we never felt each other. Like, we never touched each other. They ended up putting her with another tiny person and putting me with a big person like me. So now we're squished and like touching each other, where these other two are tiny as heck and they're not touching each other. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? And also, the one that I was sitting with that was tiny, like me and her, we already talked about like we were gonna sit next to each other on the way. But no, they did sign seating and they put. So yeah, I'm gonna be like this the whole time. It's like being on a plane. On a plane, I go like this and I lean against the window. That's why I like the window, because I can lean against it. And yeah, we're touching down here, but my arm's not touching you. You're not touching me. Like, you can't reach me, you know. So I'm going to be like this. And we're still going to be touching, but I'm going to be like this the whole time. So I'm going to be tense the whole time probably. Maybe I'll fall asleep. I'm thinking I will, because it's really early in the morning and it's a road trip. Like, absolutely love that vibration from road trips. Like, it feels so good. So I'm going to be like sitting back in my spot, you know, like maybe I'll loosen up. I don't know, but I know my arms are going to be crossed. They're not going to be sitting like this. I already know it. They're not, because we're going to be touching. I don't know. And my mom's side are huggers. And I do not, if you watch me, you'll watch me. I never, ever initiate the hugs. I never initiate the hugs. The only time I initiate hugs, honestly, I think is with Katie and her family. And not even her whole family. I would say with Katie, my aunt, my uncle, I would say Allison too, but Kelly and Alyssa, I'll go hug them. And I don't want them to get upset if they watch this video, but I'll go hug them, and it's not like a, I don't know. It's not, I guess Allison too. Kelly, Alyssa, and Allison. It's not like a, it's like my mom's family. Like, I don't want to hug. I'm fine if we don't hug. But then it's also like a, oh man, I'm sorry, I'm being rude because I'm hugging everyone else but you guys type of energy feeling. It also feels like they don't want to hug me anyway, so, and sometimes they don't hug me, so yeah. But my mom's side, they're all huggers. Or not even my mom's side, like, a lot of my mom's friends are huggers as well. And yeah, I'm not a fan. I'll hug. And I do like a hug. I do like a hug, especially from my mom. Like, I don't know what it is. And my real dad. my stepmom and my stepdad, we hug, but it's just not as cozy as my Katie, my mom, and my real dad. Those hugs are ones that, like, I'm not uncomfortable. Sometimes it's my dad, sometimes. But my mom and Katie, like, those hugs, I'm not uncomfortable. Like, those hugs feel like home. Like, they I don't know. And, like, people I've even dated, there was one of the people I dated where I loved his hugs. Like, yeah, I would go for the hugs. I initiated those hugs. But all the other people I've dated, even, like, I think I already talked about this, but even, like, if they slept in my bed, don't touch me. There was one, and I don't know why I was allowing this, but she was, so I had my arm out like this, and she was laying on my arm, and it was a struggle for me to fall asleep, because I was like, and she was sound asleep, but it was a struggle for me to fall asleep, because she was laying on my arm. I couldn't move. I felt like I was like, don't move, you're gonna wake them up. Like, I'm very cautious about, I don't know why, but I'm very, very cautious about waking people up. Like, I try not to move at all when I'm laying in bed and someone's in bed with me. Like, because I don't know. I feel so nervous, and, like, I don't know. It sounds so stupid. Maybe I should edit this. I don't know. Because it's over an hour long, and it was just supposed to be telling you that story of the blue light. That was it. It was just supposed to... And now it's like, I can't stop talking. And I know I can't stop talking because of the money issue. I'm distracting myself. Trying to distract myself. And, like, I don't want to... I can't even ask my dad. That's out of the question. To ask my real dad to borrow me money or just give it to me. Like, that's out of the question. He makes you pay with interest, or do something like work at his company or something like that to pay. Like, I already have enough appointments and don't have enough time in my day to even do, like, no. And I live on disability, like, and you're gonna have me pay interest? Like, no. So, no. The only time he helps with things is if it benefits him. Like, this air conditioner, my mom paid for it. She texted my dad and said, hey, can you pay half of this? He ignored the text. I brought it up to him on Christmas if he got it, and he's like, we're not talking about it. Because it doesn't benefit him to help pay half of it. It doesn't benefit him. If he paid half of it, oh, he just lost that money. Didn't benefit him. He could care less that it's gonna help his daughter, or even situations with my brother. And care less is gonna help his son. Doesn't benefit him. So me and my brother have, like, learned, like, don't even ask dad for help. And, like, we just know what the answer is gonna be, and it's either no, or it's, like I said, like, pay interest, and it doesn't matter how much it is either. Yeah, if we go out to eat, he'll pay for us because he's with. But so, like when he invites us to where he lives in the winter, I think I've already said it, but where he lives in the winter, if we're with him, he'll pay for the food. But if we decide, like, let's say we want to go explore somewhere, well, he's working or busy or something like that, we have to pay for our own food. But you invited us to this trip. You invited us. If I wasn't here, I wouldn't have to spend this money. Like, am I being, is that ego again? Is that being me? Am I being ego? Am I being not fair? Like, I give people money and help them out and don't expect, like, to pay extra or do something for me for it. Like, that's just what you do. That's what, you're a God person. Like, that's what you do. That's what Jesus taught. That's what, like, that's what you do. You help people. It doesn't matter if it benefits you or not. You help people. Like, I have barely any money, and there was this homeless guy, and I've done it more than once, but there was this homeless guy, and I was like, Mom, stop, I want to give this to him. And I gave him cash. But I have, like, no money myself. Or I used to, I don't do this anymore because I want to make sure I can pay my bills before I give anyone money. But I used to help this one lady out and give her money and then not have money to pay for rent. Boy. And rent was living with my real dad at the time. So I would have to pay the rent living with him. So, and if you know my real dad, like I just talked about, like, you know, like, that was, like, I had to open a credit card. He's like, well, let's open you a credit card. So we opened a credit card. And, like, it just, but my mom, she is someone that, even if she's struggling, and she knows you're struggling, she will help you out. And she doesn't expect anything in return. Well, she expects a thank you, I guess. But otherwise, she doesn't expect anything in return. Like, and she will just do it. Like, there's been multiple times where we've gone to Sam's Club and we would stop right by the person out by the street that was homeless, and we would open our groceries and give them a lot of our groceries and water. Or there's times where we've had leftovers that we didn't even touch, and we'd stop and give it to them. Or there's been times where me and my mom both gave someone $10 because they were homeless. They lost their home, and they had 4 kids, little kids with them, and their husband was playing the violin. Like, you know, and maybe some people are scams, maybe. But that's not what it's about. It's not about whether they're scams or not. It's about what if it's an angel in disguise. It's about doing something good. You know, you can't just take. You gotta give as well. Because when you take, you're being not only egotistic, but you're being greedy. And greedy is a sin. I just realized that greedy is a sin. I wonder if my real dad realized that. Because he is now back to being full-time Catholic, which he's been back to full-time Catholic since, like, I want to say, like, 2010, 2011. Yeah, and now that I think about it, he's greedy with money. Like I said, he only does it if it benefits him. That's greedy. And my stepdad, he admits it. He freaking admits it. He knows he's greedy. He admits it. He goes, yep, I love money. Like, yeah, so if he borrows you money, it's returning it, like, as soon as you can. And he writes it down and keeps track of it and all of that. Like, even, like, the smallest of getting a candy bar or you know, like, yeah, he writes it all down. He knows he's greedy. He knows. But mom's so far from greedy. She always helps us, even like her own struggles, like, you know, the stuff she was going through this summer, and she still ended up helping my brother out. But Mom, what? And at the same time helping my brother out, she helped one of her friends out. And at the same time helping her friend out, she helped kinda of one of my friends out. that person didn't say thank you. Like, I can't even believe he didn't say thank you. He didn't say thank you. He didn't say nothing. Like, my mom's friend brought it up. Oh, wasn't that nice of her to pay for your food? He's like, oh, yeah. Yeah. And she goes, well, you could have said thank you. He goes, oh, I thought I said thank you. No, you didn't say a word. But, yeah. And then, like, again, literally just, was it Monday? No. Sunday. No. Saturday. No. Sunday. I don't know. Sometime last weekend, we were at a store, and this guy asked if my mom had some cash to help pay for something because he didn't have enough cash. And again, my mom has like no money because of what was going on this summer. What would she do? She helped them. Like, that's just who she is. But I hate, especially because she's struggling right now, and I don't want to. I don't want to ask her for help. She's got her own issues right now. Oh, I tried so hard to keep the tears in. They finally burst out. They were finally like, nope, you're not holding us in anymore. But I mean, she's struggling mentally, like, and stuff. And so, like, I don't want to be like, hey, Mom, can you lend me this? I'll pay you back because I get the money this day. Like, I don't know. I don't want to do that. I'm not. And I know she probably would help. She probably would give it, even if she can't. She'd go and she'd figure out a way. Because that's who she is. We need food. You know, she will either go shopping or she'll look in the house to see what she has, and she'll bring food over. You know, she is my homemaker at the moment. Because I'm still healing from my back, and there's things I still can't do or need help with. But I mean, she takes it out of her time to come all the way over here just to grab my laundry basket, and she's got back pain, and she'll carry the laundry basket, you know, like, or my stepdad, like, he has back issues, but he'll help carry things, like, yeah, like, those two will help. But if it comes to my real dad and my stepmom, and, like, let's say I needed help carrying something, they wouldn't help. I would have to explain why I need help. Like, can you help me carry this because I had back surgery and I can't be carrying this? Or can you help me carry this because it's a little too heavy and I'm in pain? It wouldn't be just automatically helping me carry it, or me saying, hey, can you help me carry this, and not feeling like I'm being a burden because they have to help me. That's how it feels with my dad and stepmom. But my mom and my stepdad, it doesn't feel, with my mom, I guess, it doesn't feel that way. But Andy, my stepdad, it does sometimes. But there's times where it doesn't. But then I feel bad, though, because they're helping. And like I said, they have back issues, too. Or, I mean, my stepdad's on disability as well. So, like, my parents can't help me. I know if I asked, they'd figure it out, but they can't be doing that. And I'm just gonna, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. That's who I am. I'll figure it out. I mean, as embarrassing as it would be, or not embarrassing, I guess, scary as it would be, maybe I could talk to my staffs and be like, my payment day has changed. I won't have enough money for this because you guys said to make sure bring this amount of cash. I'm not gonna have anything left over really to do that. Like, I don't know. Would have been okay if I was getting my normal payment date, but no, they had to change my payment date. Now everything's gonna be off track, and now everything's gonna be a mess, and just decisions. No, it's this way. No, decisions, Samandra. Samandra of the month. Which, when I post that video, and if you already, when I post that video, you're already gonna know, which I'm basically saying it right here too, but that video was recorded early because I'll be gone on the 1st, but it's still gonna be posted the 1st, and you would never even know that was recorded early unless I didn't say anything. And yeah, I said something in the video because I'm honest, but why? I know that, like, we have to go through this stuff because at the end there's something better, and also because that's what helps us grow. Like, helps our soul grow to get to the higher part, like just to be the spirit into the higher part. Some people call it heaven, like to get to that. But someone can only take so many, like, besides all of this, like, normal struggles, I have physical and mental things and yes, I know there's people out there too that have them as well. I'm not trying to belittle their story or whatever. I'm just saying I have more than the average person. When plenty of doctors are telling you this, plenty of people are telling you this, like, you have too many things wrong with you. And why? I'm a good person. Was I not a good person in my last lifetime? Like, I don't know. I was born of, like, fairness and stuff like that. Like, that was who I was being when I was born. Like, I've always, even before what happened to me happened, I was still a fairness child. The thing I did do, though, I was a biter. I still like biting, but I don't bite. But, like, I sometimes bite my own skin, I guess. I do bite. I don't bite like I did when I was younger. I guess I was a hardcore biter. Like blood and stuff. But, I don't know. Well, I gotta feed Jayla. Oh, she didn't move. I thought she was gonna move. She's sound asleep. Yeah, she's sound asleep. She's probably hungry too. So I gotta feed her. And then I'm gonna watch AGT, I think. And try to relax and just figure this out. I'll just skip eating today. Well, I haven't ate yet, but I'll just skip eating tonight. So I don't spend any money. So I have money. Like, I don't have much food here. So I DoorDashed yesterday. But I'm just not gonna eat today. I'm just gonna skip food today. And I know that's bad, but what else am I supposed to do? That's life. That's life. That's why so many people struggle. Because they can't afford things. They can't. Especially... Oh, I get triggered so much when people change things. When things are changed and I'm not told about it, I get triggered so freaking much because I like to be organized. I like to... Like, if the letter said that I would be starting getting payment on this day, then okay, fine. I'd figure it out. I would make sure I have the money for the rent and money for trip. Like, I would, I would have skipped tons of, I would have skipped eating. I would have skipped getting my pain med I need. And just let myself be in pain. Just grin and bear it. Like, that med, insurance don't pay for it. Which, it's another thing that's stupid. Insurance doesn't pay for this med. But I need this med. So, that med takes a lot of money out of my disability. And if I would have known that the date was changed, I wouldn't have gotten that med this month. I wouldn't have refilled it. I would have been like, they'd be contacting me, be like, I don't have money right now to buy it. And pain doctor would probably be upset, and I'd be like, I don't got money to pay for it. Insurance aren't paying for it. Which is stupid as heck. Insurance have all this freaking money, but yet I don't know. But yeah, I would have been prepared. I don't like surprises like this. I absolutely don't. I was waiting and waiting. The day came that I usually get it, and I was like, it's the weekend. So it's going to be the next day, not pending. Next day, not pending. Next day, not pending. Next day, not pending. And I'm like, where is my disability money? I need it. I have bills I got to pay. I need it for my trip. Where's the money? Called them. Oh, that date has been changed. You get it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that is past rent due date. So that doesn't work. That's past my cell phone. That's past my internet. That's past my Discovery card or my credit card or whatever you call it. That's past. That's like past like my renter's insurance. That's past like all my bills. Because my bills were set up for the payments to be this day because I would get the money this day. And now, I get the money after all those days. And now I'm being greedy because, oh, well, at least I'm getting money. So I should be thankful because at least I'm getting money. I don't like, I'm already enough different from everybody. So when something like the rent being due on the 1st, and I can't pay it the 1st because I don't get the money until way after. Like, so then the renter people are going to be waiting, and now they're aware, so hopefully I don't get late fees. My housing case manager called them, but I don't know, they might be like, oh, we can't do that. Then I'm really screwed, like, especially this month coming up. I don't know what to do. I'm on the verge of crying again. I can feel it coming. It's coming. Hold it back. Do not cry. I'm exhausted. I don't know This is taking so much of my energy. So much energy. I don't even... I see my mom tomorrow after she's done working. And I'm gonna go pick up my meds, but there's a medicine that I need, and now I'm not gonna be able to afford to get that medicine, and so I'm just gonna have to grin and bear it and be itchy as heck and let the hives flare up, be uncomfortable, probably irritable because I'm itchy. Like you guys have been watching me, I'm itchy. Just I don't know. This is almost 2 hours long, so I'm just gonna end it here. I'm not gonna edit it. I'm just gonna post it. I don't care. And I'm posting it just because it might help someone out there. Someone might have some suggestion or idea to help me out. I don't know. And in a way, it's a vent. It's a diary. I don't know. It's also the kind of show that just because you're spiritual and like you post positive videos and stuff doesn't mean you are always positive, because everyone always thinks I'm so positive and optimistic and stuff, and I'm not always that. It's never towards anyone though. It's always towards myself. I always punching myself or punching something so it hurts me, or I'm always being mean to myself when things happen. I take it out on myself when anything happens. Doesn't matter if it was my fault or not. Like this situation. I should be mad at disability. I should be mad at them. They didn't give me no freaking letter. There's proof. I should be mad at them. I should call them and be like, no, you guys didn't have a letter that says this. Here's the letter. Me and my case manager read the letter. It does not say the date has changed. We have not got a paper that said the date has changed. So you need to give me my money this month at this time. Then next month we can start at that time. But I need it now. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I know I keep saying that, but I'm really gonna go, because I'm right now I'm really feeling like very, 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 very upset with myself right now. I'm so mad at myself right now. I'm really mad with myself. So I'm gonna go. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.